What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another video, and today I'm here with a new series. This series is called First Impressions. What I'm going to be doing in this new series is I will be looking back at old video games and give my first impressions of them. Now, I'm technically breaking the rules already with today's video, because today we have the Stanley Parable. Now, the reason I'm saying I'm breaking the rules is because I've watched playthroughs of it, but I thought since I've never actually played it, it would fit in today's video. So without further ado,
let's just jump into it.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
The game starts with a magnificent opening sequence that lays the groundwork for the story of the game. The story is the standout part of the game being a handcrafted masterpiece. The narrator explains that your name is Stanley and that all you do is push buttons. But one day, you're not receiving any commands, so you decide to look around to see what's going on. Now, this does sound like a very simple premise and doesn't seem like it would be very much, but oh, it is. I hate Mondays, but I love lasagna. That's my impression of Garfield. Now, through this game, the narrator is telling you exactly where to go and what to do, and you can either deviate from his instructions, follow them exactly, or do a mix of both. In this first playthrough, I decide to do both. We come to our first decision: go in the left door and follow his instructions, or deviate. I decide to completely ignore the narrator's wishes and go in the right door, which leads me to the break room. Yes, I know, I'm a rebel. I was very thirsty from all this running around, so I decided to get a drink. But the vending machine won't work! And after that, I decide to obey his wishes. I go in the door on the left, but I go down the elevator instead, which leads us to an incredibly funny clip.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left. Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake. No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
After he decides we should go through the garage door, we come to a room full of monitors. Now, what's going through my brain at this time is... Wait, what? Turns out, I wasn't supposed to be here yet, and the narrator proceeds to restart the game. But this time, it's different. There are now 1, 2, 3, 6 doors! So I just pick one and go through it. Ooh, dark hallway. Oh, never mind. After a long, treacherous journey through the maze that was those doors, the narrator restarts the game a second time, but now there's no doors. So he sends me backwards, which ultimately sends me to a broken down wooden room? I win? I win! Yeah! You can obviously see my ecstasy as I jump around in joy. But I didn't win. He sends me back a third time, but this time there's a yellow line called the Stanley Parable Adventure Line, which goes up and down the hallways, leading me somewhere, I hoped. I also found this mask from Payday. That's cool. He then started playing these rockin' tunes, so I started jamming out.
Go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Oh. Okay. It's the monitor room again? 420. He restarts us for the fourth and hopefully the last time. The line is back, but the narrator closes the door and says we need to make our own adventure. So, of course, I immediately bring the line back. But we ultimately end up in a circular room that has 2 doors, like the start of the journey. The narrator tells me to go around in a circle while he thinks, so I do. He then opens the door and reveals that we have the confusion ending. Great! I can't understand words longer than 4 letters, so how am I supposed to understand the confusion ending? But this ending shows the events and says that we're supposed to restart 8 times? But luckily we don't. While the narrator is talking, the game restarts itself back to its original state, which ends our journey here. As you can see, this game is just a masterpiece with its writing and execution. Here's an unrelated fact. The Stanley Parable originally started as a mod for Half-Life, but this game had so many weird twists and turns that made playing it so much fun. There are 17 more endings in the game, so I suggest going and watching a playthrough of it because it truly is a work of art.